As part-time creators, we don't have all the time in the world to put into our creative projects or YouTube channels. Long hours at work, family responsibilities and life admin can easily take away from the time we would need to spend to make videos. This can sometimes get overwhelming to the point where we ask ourselves, is it even worth starting? One way around that is to try and simplify certain tasks so that the work ahead becomes a lot more manageable. Here are 5 ways to save time as a part-time YouTuber. All these can make your life easier and make sure that you keep going. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Super happy to see you here, you beautiful people. If this is your first time on my channel, my name is Dan and I make videos for part-time creators or lazy creators to help them get things done. If that's something for you, make sure you subscribe and turn the little bell on. Now let's get into this. Do I find the process of making videos always fun and fulfilling? No, I don't. Sometimes it's just all a bit too much and I wish I had more time available to work on certain tasks and figure things out. But the reality is that there's never enough time and there's always things coming up that you didn't expect. That's why I'm always trying to find ways to simplify the process by using apps and services that make my life easier as a part-time YouTuber. In this video, I'll be talking about 5 things that I currently do to help me get through projects faster. I'm sure there are a lot of more things I could do. And in number 5, I talk about something I've been thinking about lately and I'm considering doing more in the future. So make sure you stick around for that. Can we not make noise? Yes, maybe? Do we want to try not making any noise today? Number 1, planning is key. You should spend a good chunk of time planning out your projects. This might sound a bit counterproductive since we're trying to save time here, but bear with me on this. Planning does take a bit more time and effort in the beginning, but you will see that if you know exactly what you will talk about and the shots you need, it cuts down the time needed in the tail end of the process significantly. If you just turn on your camera without knowing what you want to talk about, everything gets dragged out so much more and is a lot more painful. Not only will it take longer during filming, it will also make the editing much harder because you need to sort through all the footage and find the parts that are usable. Scripts, video outlines, shot lists and even storyboards can help you get a clear idea of your video before you press record. I just posted a short talking about the 3 apps I use for my planning: Notion, Milanote and To Do. Notion I use for all my content planning. I write my scripts in Notion and I plan out the shots I need and my titles, as well as keeping track of all the ideas for videos. Milanote I use for visual planning and brainstorming, and To Do is my minimalist to-do list where I track all my tasks throughout the week. I have a couple of videos about Milanote on my channel, which I will link below in case you want to check them out. If you're interested in my Notion setup, let me know in the comments and I can make a video about that as well. Number 2, film faster using a teleprompter. I'm not a natural on camera. It takes quite a bit of practice to make it sound natural because, you know, I'm sitting here by myself talking to a camera. It's a bit weird. I admire people who can just write down a couple of key points and then talk for 10 minutes straight. I need to write a full script so I know exactly what I want to say, and then I have to remember that script while keeping eye contact. It used to take me at least 2 hours to film a 10-minute video. Trying to remember my script, I would be stumbling a lot and having to restart over and over again. Now I'm using a teleprompter for talking head videos like this, and let me tell you guys, it makes such a huge difference. Using a teleprompter is much faster. It does take a little bit of time getting used to so that it doesn't look and sound like you're reading, but it's definitely a huge time saver. I made a little short about the teleprompter I use. I'll link it up here in case you want to check that out. Number 3, use third-party tools and plugins for editing. Now that we talked about planning and filming, let's get into editing. Editing is by far the most time-consuming part of the whole process of making videos. This takes me a minimum of 12 hours each video and can easily go up to 20 to 30 hours. Editing includes compiling all the clips, adding music, color grading, audio post-processing, adding animations and graphics. For each of these tasks, there are plugins and tools available that can make the process much faster, such as LUTs, audio presets, royalty-free music platforms, or stock assets. I want to highlight one in particular that I recently started using and that makes my life so much easier. easier. It's called Mr. Horse and it's a third-party plugin for my editing program Premiere Pro, and it's for animated backgrounds and titles. Up until recently, I either used what's available in Premiere Pro or I used title templates from a stock footage site. These were quite clunky and they didn't give me enough options for customizations and changing colors and all these things. So I never really enjoyed doing titles for my videos. You also don't want to waste time trying to animate titles yourself, meticulously placing all the keyframes. It's not a good use of your time, trust me. Then I came across Mr. Horse and it's a total game changer for me and I'm obsessed with this thing. It adds another window into Premiere called Premiere Composer and all the assets are always readily available, so you don't need to search for them every time you start a new project. The titles seem simple at first, but there are a lot of options to customize them. You can use any font, change colors and generally change the way the titles look. The reason why I initially bought this was for the animated textured backgrounds that you have seen me use in this video. These are perfect for title graphics, or I'm using it for my intro as well. What's great is that you can change colors and really make it your own. With the product I got a free starter pack and with that came all the titles and some basic sound effects and also little social animations like these. I paid $39 US, but I got a lot more out of it than I thought I would. I have an affiliate link in the description below if you want to check that out. Number 4, use stock footage to fill the gaps. Sometimes it's not easy to get certain shots, or you would need to travel or get additional equipment to shoot certain things. All of this can take a lot of time. There are also plenty of occasions where I need another B-roll clip while I'm editing that I didn't think of during filming. For all of this, it can be really helpful to use stock footage sites. So far, I only use Storyblocks, but I know artgrid.io is another great option. Now, personally, this is something that I'd recommend using only in moderation. If you use too much stock footage, it can start feeling a bit impersonal and dull. I mostly use it for establishing shots that I couldn't get myself, mostly landscapes or city shots. For example, in some of my past videos, I used drone shots of Sydney Harbour because I'm not allowed to use my drone there myself. I also use stock footage for some detail shots where you can only see hands or objects but no faces. Given I usually talk about my own experience on this channel, it would be weird showing other people that are not me doing the thing. I shoot a lot of B-roll myself, and what's good about that is that you are building your own little library of clips that you can reuse for different videos. I mean, there are only so many angles that I can shoot of myself writing notes or working on the computer, so you might as well reuse them. Before we jump into the last one, it would mean the world to me if you could hit the like button so YouTube pushes out this video to more people. And number 5, outsource time-consuming tasks. If there are tasks that take you a lot of time to do and hold you back from getting results faster, you might want to consider outsourcing them, especially if you don't particularly enjoy doing them. That was a difficult word. Obviously, this is usually not free, but there are services out there that are reasonably priced and can make your life a lot easier. I think it's definitely worth identifying such tasks that hold you back from growing your channel and outsource them. For example, if your video requires a lot of research, you could write a brief and give that to someone else. If you need things animated or designed, don't waste your time figuring it all out yourself. Give it to someone else. I did this for my channel branding not too long ago. I worked with a designer on this to come up with a logo. If you're interested in that process, check out the video up here. Another example for something I outsource is my video captions. I know YouTube can generate them automatically, but they are not always great, and then it takes a lot of time to quality check and fix punctuation and all that. So I use ref.com, which is an online captioning service that's really good and affordable. They are really fast as well. I made a video about Ref and how to use it. I'll link it below if you want to check that out. So many things I'm linking today. As I mentioned earlier, editing is incredibly time consuming. I'd say probably 60 to 70% of the work on a video goes into editing. So I've been thinking about what else I could do with that time if I would outsource the editing. My channel is still small and it seems a bit overkill getting an editor at this stage. For the moment, I quite enjoy the editing and I'm still finding my style and building my skills. So I think it's best for me to keep doing it for now. But I could imagine starting to outsource some of that work next year. And it's definitely something that's holding me back from putting out more content regularly. When I'm ready, the first thing I would probably do is try and find a freelancer on Fiverr, which is an online platform where you can find freelancers for all kinds of services. I, for example, hired someone on Fiverr to do the logo animation that you saw on my intro. Now, editing styles can be very personal and unique, so it might take a while to find the right match. Alright, these are my 5 tips for saving time as a part-time YouTuber. I hope you found these helpful. Let me know in the comments below your favorite tools that you're using for your videos and that save you time. I left links to everything I talked about in the description below, and if you want to learn more about some of the tools I talked about, then check out the playlist up here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. We're in lockdown, you know? It's week 8 of lockdown, and I'm not sure how many videos I made from this room. And one more time. There's definitely something going on over there that they decided to work on just as I set up the camera. Da 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 da. Editing, yes. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.